Hello again, we are back for another episode. We were just a little too slow from last time with the daily to get into boss rush. And people like surpassed us somehow. HY08EW76, probably because they probably took less damage, they probably found like loopholes, they got into boss rush, they didn't take pills probably like I did, that got me lost. Things like that. So now we're playing as Lazarus. It's been a while since I've played a Lazarus run here. Yeah, we talked about toys last run. I mean, there's a bunch of toys, of course. Okay. Come here. There we go. These spiders, though. Okay. There we go. We got scapula, or scapular, or whatever. That, might as well use it on here. This bomb here. Oh, the sun keeps trying to come out. That's nice. Alright. This is... I figured that's gonna hit me. But I figured I won't die at that point. This spider just wants to jump across the world here. There we go. Sun, sunny, sunny, sunny. Oh, I got my scapular payout. Cool. Yeah, not a whole lot happened since the last video, of course. It's been kind of like, quiet and stuff. Oh my word. Okay. I'm gonna turn down this volume on my earphones here. There we go. I did listen to my recordings the last few videos, and they sound a lot more clearer with like audio quality and stuff, so that's good. Had to make sure like it wasn't too loud or too soft and stuff, because that was what was happening in the other videos. They're a little too quiet. So I tweaked it some time back, and now it sounds better. I also went in and I tweaked the game audio just a wee bit down, because it was a little bit loud. So it should be fine now. I just want to make sure everything gets like up to speed with Repentance coming out. Which, by the time this video comes out, it'll be May 4th, so May the 4th be with you, and all that jazz. Yeah. This is not going to be a Star Wars video, I assure you, because I've got opinions of it. I'll leave it at that. At least for like the newer franchise stuff. I had a really good sleep last night. I was talking about sleep in one of my videos. I was recording at night. I'm glad I didn't take a nap. I just fell asleep pretty hard, and I stayed asleep. It felt real nice. Talked about staying awake too and all this other stuff, and it's just like, oh, this room. I hope you get patched in Repentance, or it's gonna be more crazy rooms of like crazy traps or something I gotta fight in here, like something from Team Folio. I've seen like videos and stuff, people playing it, and it's just like, I could probably do it, but it's like, well, you know what? I might actually consider doing that. Like supplement up to the point of these runs, I might just do it. Maybe. Because I'm doing 4 videos a day, and that kind of eats up time, I know. And Team Folio is fairly old, sort of. I mean, and I never played it either. So it'll be a new experience. And you know what? I might consider it. I might consider trying Team Folio. Because I've seen players do it and they get frustrated. I'm probably not doing Dad's Home Challenge or something like that. Well, I don't know. Or maybe I would try it. I'll be so frustrated. I'll be holding the R key until, like, I find, like, Nod Leaf in an orbital. But then that would be one long video I would have to do. But like regular runs, I could probably like attempt it. Just for giggles. What we got here? I never tried, was it Revelations? And then there's like some other ones. I never tried those. I've seen videos of them, but I haven't tried them. Oops. Modding community, I mean, they do such a great job with like all this stuff that they just add into this game. Mod support's pretty decent. Except if you're on game systems. That reminds me of Fallout 4? Yeah, Fallout 4, that's right. So like, I got it for the Xbox One. Because I don't know how my PC was going to handle playing Fallout 4. I assume it'd be fine. But my Xbox sure as heck didn't. And so there was this talk early on about like mod support. Now, I don't know if they really did that or not because I haven't played in years. They talked about it, taking PC mods and then porting it to the game systems. And I don't think they were successful with it because like when I was playing on the Xbox One version, even without any mods, the game just freezes and like slows down, especially if you get in the really big like settlements and cities and stuff and you got a bunch of junk going on. All these enemies spawning and stuff, and they got all this gear. Just, it was just all over the place. And then they were selling, I think they were selling mods. Instead of like, you know, introducing, custom player stuff for free. So, and I have mixed reactions with Fallout 4. I mean, I prefer the OGs, of course. Not the super OGs, like the first and second one. Because that's not my style of playing. I tried playing them, to be honest with you. I know it takes practice. It's just like, it's not for me. It's more strategy based and stuff and figuring out like where to go and stuff. Preferably it's Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I never played 76, and I probably would never will. I was actually considering pre-ordering it years ago. and I decided not to. It looked good and stuff, and then after hearing the backlash and stuff going on, the controversy, it's like, yeah, I'm setting out on this. Like in the Halo Custom Edition community, they did all sorts of different mods and mapping teams and stuff. Long before, I mean, it's still going on, but it's not as like relevant so much compared to, you know, back then. It's back then it was like a really big thing because like, you know, you're doing all these mods and stuff like that, and you're trying to like do whatever. Like you can make like all these futuristic guns to be more modern guns. You could do this and that with it. And I had fun with like a lot of that stuff. Played a lot of hours into Custom Edition mostly. And then, like, when they were talking about the announcement, when there was an announcement for all the Halo games are coming to the PC, and I'm like, well, except for Halo 5. Well, technically, Halo 5 is kind of on the PC, from what I read, but it's like, it's more for like certain little things like Forge stuff or whatever. They can be ported to the Xbox version. Not like a true version you could play on the PC, I don't think. But I have like pretty much all the Halo games. Even the Spartan Assault stuff and whatever that I gotta get around to playing, I guess. It's very small games, but let's see here. Where would our secret room be? It could be up here, or it could be over there in between the shop and whatever. Let's see here. Okay. That looks promising so far. Okay, there's a gap right there, so they can't be there. So it might be here. Yep. Oh, fun. Trying to see what other games had like mod supports. I mean, Skyrim has them, but I didn't really play so much Skyrim with mods and stuff. I just played vanilla. Well, wait. So I didn't play with mods so much. It was more in the lines of kind of modifying the game slightly to where like certain AI have specific gear and set their parameters to attack dragons or try to make them aggressive to the dragons. But like for these certain AIs like Gretchen, not Gretchen, I'm thinking of the wrong person. So there's this this lady that's supposed to be like a mean like daycare worker or guardian or something like that of all these children. And she, well anyways, I made her, like, decked out on some, one of the best armors in the game, which is, like, at the time, like, Draconian or something like that, or something armor. It's, like, red and black. It's, like, the best thing you can, like, forge. And I gave her that, and she, you know, wore that. I gave her, like, weapons and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I got it tricked out. Now let's spawn a dragon. And when I spawned a dragon, she just ran in fear. Scared. Then I turned her into an ally. So allies, they get temporarily down. And then they get back up. So they're pretty much invincible. Because I know she was going to get roasted by a dragon and just die. Because this fragile old lady is trying to like take out this beast. I made her buff. And then I also like messed with the parameters to make her more like aggro against the dragon. And it kind of worked, but the problem was because I made her aggro with the dragon, it was making her aggro with anything nearby, mostly me. And even though she was set as an ally, like something was going on in the coding that you know, just contradicted everything that I put in. I think there were ways to like fix that, but I was just messing around. I mean, I had the kill children's mod in the game too, cause why not? I mean, it's not that I get pleasure doing that or anything. Well, okay, for a game's sake, yes, but I mean, in the sense of just in general and reality, like reality of things, no. No, the reason why I did that, you know, not only for like just sport and stuff, like in the game, it was more in the lines of like, okay, so you had this king's kid or something like that. It's just a spoiled brat that won't take no for an answer, and I just released my my inner Dovahkiin and yeeted him a number of times. Of course, what happens too, it messes with quest lines and stuff like that, and you could probably do sneak attacks and they're not going to catch on, but still mess with the quest line stuff. So that sucks. I'm sure there's ways to like modify it to where it's not a kid giving you this kind of stuff or whatever. Maybe like an adult, but then like change the dialogue to where it's not as nasty to you. And then if there's a kid that's him, like separate from this quest line or something, like you could yeet him. And I guess there's something about like in video games, especially in the violent video games, like rated T's and M's and stuff, they have this thing, I guess some kind of a regulation about like not condoning any sorts of violent, explicit acts with children in the games or against children. So like if you got the Skyrim on a game console, then there's no way you can get around that unless you mod your console to where you can mod the game. And that's just too much work and too much hassle. PC though, it's like, yeah, just do the slight tweak to it or download this mod and you're golden. Get that bread. Let's get some bread, folks. Or whatever the gamers call it, let's get that bread. I don't know what that really means. I assume it's like, go for that win or something? I don't know. Now, will you give me an increased chance? No. They need to like give an increased chance too with like blowing those up, because they're technically beggars too. Like, I think that happens too with devil beggars and regular beggars, but not the key ones. Or the bomb ones, come to think of it. Okay. Right. I mean, we'll take a Spirit Heart. I've seen videos about cursed, like Halo mod setups, and man, like the amount of like work people. Well, it's probably not even that much work to like do the cursed like mod stuff, but I bet it's like just. I don't know. Maybe they had, you know, whatever, spare time to like. Oh yeah, we got Cambion Conception, and we got of course Leech can't get over there for some reason. Whoops. Gotta be careful here. Oh, we lost it. That's fine. Dog food, huh? Or dessert, whatever. It's dog food. We all know it's dog food. Curse of the Labyrinth, huh? Man, that thing's like much bigger than me. Look at this. It took a lot of I am small pills, and now this thing's like, you know, a thing from Tremors. But he's there to keep us alive. He's a hero we didn't think we need, but he's there. I remember playing this bootleg version years ago of RuneScape, and what's nice about it was they didn't try to hack you, that I can recall. You just make up a new account and stuff, and they give you like an absurd amount of ways to get like, well, yeah, you can get gold and whatever items like super easily. You can get like party hats and whatever. Escape Ruin, I think it's called. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, they just give you all sorts of stuff, and it's like, cool, I can get whatever, you know? But then, of course, the novelty is like there to like get all that stuff, And guess what happens? You're already bored with the game. And that's what happens too when like you mod to get everything you want, and then like I'm bored. And that's a very common thing, I think, because over the years I used to use Game Shark to like unlock all these different regional Pokemon that I couldn't get unless I traded with someone with a Game Boy Advance cable, or have it plugged in to a GameCube with certain games that had those kind of opportunities to get those Pokemon, I think. Even like the extremely rare stuff you could only get if... That's another thing too with Game Boy Advance with like Pokemon games, was they even had this separate reader thing. You scan it like a credit card swiper, and it's got like, you know, different Pokemon, unique berries, unique gear, whatever, just little things. And yeah, that was a thing. Now it's like, because we've got like high-speed internet and devices are becoming more and more like more and more compact and stuff, like people could just so easily, and much more advanced too, people can so easily just pull it out of their pockets and access it across the globe for these events and stuff, like with Pokemon Go and stuff. So technically, like Game Shark and stuff like that, that's technically modding somewhat. You're just getting through the code and stuff and getting items. But time after time I've done that. And this happens too with like, after you beat like, you know, certain games like, oh, what is that game called? It's supposed to be like a bootleg version of Grand Theft Auto. Or something like that, sort of. But then you got all these absurd weapons, cosmetics, and all this other stuff. And they made like several games. And like, I've played one of them. And after you beat it though, you pretty much unlocked everything in the game and everything's just repetitive. There's no variation, it's just like, I got an overpowered build now and I get the same repetitive stuff going on. Like, that's not fun. So I've been kind of skeptical with like, not skeptical. I'm more reluctant to like do that kind of stuff anymore because of that aspect of not finding the challenge to like unlock it yourself and having fun in the process. Like for this game, the reason why I still play it is because there's a huge advantage when it comes to like playing it every time, because every seed is a new like seed, it's a new thing, and then you can compete with players and dailies and stuff like that. So every seed's got different variations of things. You got synergies. There's a lot involved with it, as compared to like a generic AAA game that's it's just the same storyline, the same everything. It doesn't have as much of that replayability value to it. And then with this game, you even have mod support too, so like you can do even more crazy stuff. Trying to find our item room here, the second one. This floor is just a nightmare here. I remember with RuneScape, the early RuneScape 2, more specifically, which is old school. I remembered like some people modding, like they were doing there were certain ways where they're somehow using tools to like mod the game and all that, and hack it and stuff. Oh, that's interesting. I think we hold off on that. Well, then again, we're going to get a bunch of bombs and stuff like that, so why not? We'll get some keys here, see what this is. Okay. And this will double our thing, because I don't know if the other one doubles the bombs. It might, but yeah, anyways, what was I saying? I forgot. It might come to me. It's just this map is huge. And with Repentance coming out, like, it's gonna get even crazier, because they're probably gonna be adding more. I mean, they are adding more mechanics, but I mean, in a sense, it's like they're adding much more stuff to do. I mean, of course, I mean, there's obviously probably gonna be modified forms of bosses course they are. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, like, they're gonna make enough changes to where there's much more variety of things to do in the game. You know, where to go, like, who do you gotta challenge. These items are not that great either. You know, things like that. It's, can't wait for it, you know? By the time this video comes out, like I said, it's like, I'm already be playing it. I'm gonna find, like, crazy stuff that's gonna be going on. I'm gonna find some sick synergies, and I'm gonna, like, play the Keeper and the Lost and having to ordeal all this craziness. And that's the fun of the challenge, is, like, doing something new and difficult, just like the raids and Destiny games. It's another brownie fight, yay! Like from the last video. Okay, whistling at me. I don't know what he's trying to apply with that whistling. Is he just taunting me, or he just wants to, like, fool me to get closer so he can, like, hit me? I don't know. I don't know what's in the mind of Poop, really. Now, this run is a little touchy still. I'm surprised, like, or there's options thing, or there's more options or whatever. Didn't really pay out as much as I wanted to pay out. It did help just a wee bit, but I mean, it didn't help with this Exhale floor, and we're 30 minutes in. So hopefully we get a devil deal. We did. And you're just mocking me, aren't you? Well, I could have picked more, whatever. We need some Polaroid protection here, so I think that might be a good move. Okay. Down we go! Trying to see what else, like, mods. Like, I used to use trainers, and, I mean, yeah, it's probably gonna get a little controversial. So I used to use trainers for RuneScape many years ago. I stopped doing that fairly quickly because they were, one, useless, and two, you could get caught. So I kind of stopped. But I was pretty impressed, nonetheless, about, like, the sophistication back then for, like, using those kind of a modded trainer systems to, like, you know, train for you. Like, they had specific ones where, like, you can do mining, or they're, like, multitude of ones where you can select whatever, like, kind of skill you want to, you know, work with. And, like, one of the big things, which I thought was cool, because, like, old school RuneScape was just basic color graphics. It wasn't like, you know, a multitude of colors like we have with RuneScape 3 now. So, like, you have this setup where you can use this eyedropper tool, and you just pick what kind of skill you want to work on with this specific tool. And it's like, I want to mine coal or something, right? And so it's typically a black color. Or if I want to, like, mine iron, and I'll mine iron. And then somehow the game, like, the mechanics figure out in this trainer, like, where to open doors, how to open the doors, how to go up ladders, how to, like, go straight to your bank, and, like, oops, and just deposit it, auto deposit. Just all this stuff. Now, when I had, and then, you know, it did the same thing too with like the trees and everything else. I stopped doing that though, of course, because it's like, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's same kind of mentality, somewhat, with like, you know, you break the game or something, or you like unlocked everything, and then now you're bored. That's the kind of a thing I didn't want to sit in either. And it was mostly in the lines of like concerns of either getting hacked by the person who made the program, which had happened from time to time from people I've heard. I got pretty lucky because I read the reviews and make sure things are legit. Oops, but we got that. That's nice. We're running kind of low on health, and we don't have much of a way to generate it yet. I have a feeling we're going to be up against Matriarch here. Okay, so let's... Yeah, I figured that's what you were. Okay. Try to sneak me in there. I might just use this and then just let our guys go at them. There we go. I don't know if Bible Track probably has more utility than the store key right now. Okay. Well, that's our dead end. Keep in mind too, we also have an extra life as well. So we can like, I mean, like, we can pop that card probably if we don't get the devil deal this floor. Hopefully not Krampus. I think Cambion Conception is helping greatly though with giving us these helpful allies. I don't know what you call them. They're not orbitals, they're something else. Whatever. Friendlies. It's just our damage is okay. Fire rate's okay. It's just we need more oomph. We need more defense too, especially. We got some offense, not so much defense. Alright, this one's a little bit more reasonable. Just gotta get around to these Diglets. There we go. What else for like mods? I mean, I tried modding the Xbox 360 of mine years ago. The hot swapping disc thing, like method. I knew someone who did that, and supposedly they were successful or whatever. I must have did something wrong because I screwed it up. And then my Xbox sounds like a motor or something, like a really loud motor. Whenever it's like playing discs or something, so I can't do anything. It freezes. It's just a mess. I still have it somewhere, but man, I tore that poor thing up. Oh. I think on the PS2 when I had one, like in the later years, I got a Game Shark for it. I was doing similar things too. Heck, I remember with Pokemon, I've been Ruby, Sapphire, and then like some Pokemon Red. I actually found Action Replay. Oh, that's another thing. Not just Game Shark, Action Replay. codes on some forum website or something like that. And anyways, I found them because like I was looking for like additional codes. I think it was also for other games too. And because back then I used to have to look at official websites to like gaming websites to find like action replays and stuff for codes to get stuff unlocked or funny things happen in the game. And yeah, so like ooh, it's our second guppy item, so hopefully we get a third one on this floor. So what I decided to do was submit it through a website or whatever. Might have been a forum, and yeah, it was just publicly available. I was kind of surprised that like this was originally posted on some other website, but it was just never posted anywhere else, and they worked. Now it's like you can just modify the system files and from whatever, and yeah. I mean, I can't say for certain about like, well, actually, I think with modern game systems now, there's much more security, and they're not promoting as much of that Game Shark stuff or whatever. I don't know if like Game Shark and stuff is still around for that kind of thing, or Action Replay, or any like Game Genie or something like that. Any of those? I imagine there are ways to mod it. It's probably more difficult. I've heard of JTAG for like Xbox 360. They might be still using it for the Xbox One. Some JTAG kind of setup thing. I don't know. Something like that. Out of my realm of expertise. I've only heard of them. I wanted to like mod them and stuff, but just like you gotta have the tools, you gotta have knowledge of that kind of stuff, and it's oh my word. I think Scapular is saving our lives here. Because I'm looking at my health and I'm like, I'm supposed to be like having half a heart left. I don't know if this is gonna do it every time, but I'm pretty fortunate. We've got like this coupon thing, which that's gonna help us greatly for our next devil deal. If it's not Krampus. Hopefully not, because we need a guppy item, we need some damage, we need like Abaddon, we need something. Okay, well, cross your fingers. Whatever. Oh, here's your devil deal for the next floor. Spit it wisely. We still should have a chance to get Guppy, though, because we've got the Guppy's tail, and Golden Chest has a chance to give us, like, Guppy's head. And we've got a reasonable amount of keys, too, so we might just explore a bit to get some health and whatever. The black cards actually did help, of course. I don't know about this room. Oops. I don't know about that either. That damage. Or this room. Am I gonna die here? I like now it's like, for games, because of like, of course, you know, technology advancing and more ways to communicate to one another. Like, there's this whole modding community that's like, you know, getting assistance, you know, asking for advice, play testing and everything to make sure everything like works out nicely. And doing updates on the fly. And it's a crazy time for I mean, for real. It's like, I remember just being a kid, teenager and stuff. It's like using Action Replay and stuff, and now it's like, oh yeah, just modify your files here and download this mod in the mod store from this website or Steam. Steam library is like so useful with that kind of stuff. Steam Workshop, I mean. Instead of like having to scour through all these different websites, and then some websites like it's forum based and you have to like install like not install, you have to make an account, and then you gotta activate the account, and then you can download it. That's just too much work. Like one notable community I read about, and I'm considering buying a copy. I don't know how many copies there are out there and how expensive they are now. Is a copy of Tony Hawk's Underground 2 for the PC. Because evidently some modders came out and modified it to such a way where they made it possible to play online with other players. You don't get like, you know, the same storylines or anything like that, like for the main game, of course, but you get at least like challenges, and I guess you can modify stuff and whatever, just like in the original to an extent, and I think that's pretty cool. Also, this is probably, it may be our saving grace. Oh, we got brimstone and stuff. We've got better flies. We didn't get Guppy, but you know what? We've got flight. We've got a little bit more damage, I think. And we've got just stuff going on here. It's nice. Could we have made it if we didn't do that? Probably. We got a little bit more health going on too, which is really nice. It's also another modding community too that is modifying, I think it's Fallout 4 to be a Miami-based like map and stuff. And then there's another one that's modifying New Vegas to have the Fallout 1 storyline, and they're just doing all this work and stuff. I don't know if they're still doing it or not, or if they've released it. I think they released it some time back. Maybe. A lot of work involved. Like, they had to hire, like, voice actors, of course, because some of the, like most of the dialogue in the original Fallout games, they were like mostly just text you have to read and stuff. It wasn't like voice actors like the later games. You did have some for cutscenes that did talk. I don't know if they just replaced them to get someone more, I don't know, more, to provide more dialogue or someone that's close to sounding like this person. But, they're doing that. I mean, now I bet Microsoft owns, Bethesda Studios, which is like including the ownership of not just Doom and Skyrim franchise, but it's also like Fallout franchise too. And I think with Microsoft, they're probably more likely to like work with the IP a little better than what's going on in the later year, the latest years of this, you know, Fallout team. Not the team, but like the decision making that was made to rush things. Again, I'm not gonna get into Fallout 76. You get the gist. It's, I don't know. Then again, Microsoft might mess some things up too in the past, but I don't know. Everything's up in the air. Gotta mod those games. How this run looking right now? It looks better. Still a little touchy, but you know, it is what it is. Ha, bullseye. Creed is like much more of a, or the Keeper or whatever, much more like dangerous than this bomb guy. There we go. Alrighty. We must be going the right way, because our super secret room always is, well, most of the time it's typically spawns where the boss room would be nearby. Not all the time. Sometimes the opposite end of the map, but let's hope it's this is the way. Okay. Maybe some goodies in here. Don't shoot at me. Okay, let's try this. Uh-huh. Just use our sharp straw. Alright, Dark Bun, I see what you're trying to do there. You're trying to throw me off with that spider. How dare you? I took you with me in this journey, and you betrayed my trust with this. You didn't even give me spirit hearts yet. Oh, we got it. Alright. Holy ground, huh? A holy poop. I think for this fight, I'm not going to get any red hearts back there. So we get like temporary Polaroid invincibility, and if we get a hit again, we'll respawn. And that's our last saving grace with this. And that straw really took him down, chunked him down. So yeah, mods. I mean, keep up the good work, modding teams for whatever games you're playing, whatever games you're modding, manipulating, and making things better or worse. It's out of my expertise. I don't know what gave us that spirit heart. Did Scapula just stick with us to the end? I don't know. That was a good run. It was a kind of a slow run until we get that reroll, and that kind of sped things up a little bit. So yeah, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.